The ECE community is quite important for Quanser. Our business is in supplying advanced equipment for a variety of engineering disciplines and departments at universities, but we've always had a special view of the ECE world in that the ECE faculty are fundamentally at the leading edge of a lot of the modern technology trends. So whether we're talking about IoT, 5G, machine intelligence, like even machine intelligence, the intelligence part comes out of the ECE world, the machine part obviously other places. So that connection into the most advanced stuff for us is really, really valuable as we try to innovate our own products to service emerging movements within the engineering world. The other thing is, and this is a bit more of, I guess, the nerd in Quanser coming out, but we like the challenge of addressing the ECE market. When you think about things coming out of the mechanical world, they're relatively straightforward in terms of you can see it, touch it, feel it. ECE is a little bit more abstract, which is why it's not quite as well known or intuitively known by the general public. The ECE world is actually quite invisible, if not magical in some way. So the challenge of actually addressing those education concepts and providing equipment and platforms that help students comprehend and explore and really grasp the meaning and the profound meaning of the ECE world is really thrilling for us, and we're so glad to have been able to respond to many of these and continue to respond, and it keeps us really sharp. So there are a lot of important and profound trends coming out of the technology world these days, and they're well known. IoT, advanced robotics, Industry 4.0, machine intelligence, big data, 5G, what have you. I'm not sure that, I don't have to lecture anybody on the importance of those trends. I think the ECE community in general knows a lot about that. I think the biggest challenge might be the demands for more interdisciplinary system-level thinking. Of course, from a research point of view or just awareness of industrial trends, the faculty are absolutely aware of a lot of the challenges. What is not in as good a shape these days is the education side. How universities teach go from the traditional siloed views of the disciplines into a more interdisciplinary system level view, yet still maintaining the rigorous aspects of traditional engineering science, but strongly application oriented. These are all very different views of things, and so I do think the ECE community really needs to come together with their colleagues in other disciplines, and there's real room for innovation, creative thinking right now as we try to respond as an academic community to these emerging movements. So I actually did advise a young person in the form of my daughter who actually had a choice. And in the end, she unfortunately didn't choose ECE, but she gave it strong consideration. And the advice that I gave her fundamentally was ECE is one of the broadest degrees for a bright young person. And if a technical profession is within a young person's hopes and aspirations, and the ECE approach probably gives the best chance for developing your critical thinking, a broad range of technical skills and ideas. Possibly most importantly, it is the stuff of the most exciting emerging applications that we have. So all the things that people consider magical in terms of our devices and how we deal with energy. These are some of the most important concepts and topics that the world is facing. So I think it could be quite appealing to a young person to see that they could be at the center of the change that's required in society, of the future that we're building, and to actually get a very well-rounded education. ECEDHA is absolutely unique. Certainly there are countless academic conferences in various disciplines and specialization, but ECEDHA is the only one, I think, where there is a true balance between the academic view and the industry view. And for us as sponsors and as perennial partners, it's been a great relationship. The appreciation that the ECEDHA organization has for the particular needs of an industrial partner. We are not universities, but we obviously we understand the importance of the universities, but through the work of ECEDHA, we've been able to really come to a strong sense of collaboration. When you come to the ECEDHA conference, you don't feel like you're at an academic conference. You feel like you're within a community and you're engaging with the faculty members and not just being vendors to them and presenting. You are genuinely developing the relationships, and the ECEDHA organization really seems to understand that dimension. And in doing so, they have successfully implemented an awful lot of really strong programs that not only do well for their core academic stakeholders, but also their industrial partners. So that balance has been really, really good for us.